Alright guys, welcome back. I think I finally figured out how to make the audio not sound so bad. Um, yeah, but anyways, I was meant to upload this video much sooner. It was just a really long video, and I kept thinking to myself that I had to edit it because there was just some bits that was kind of it interrupted the entire duel, where it was a misunderstanding of ruling, so I had to edit that stuff out. But yeah, I just got myself to do it today. So because I find out today that regionals in San Jose, California, there was a Psy-frames player that got first place. So what a better time than to upload it today when Psy-frames won a regional. So I mean, some of you might not know what Psy-frames do. Some of you might know, and I mean, some of you do, some of you don't. And for best, I guess, to cover it just in case for some of you that don't know what they do and just don't bother with the deck. I mean, I'll try and see. I'm gonna try and showcase some of the stuff that they can do here. I mean, I'm going against them, but I guess you can see and get an idea of what they do and what they can do. And you can also see what how Synchrons match up with them as well, because I played this in my this brings me back to last month, to where I played this in the finals against it. It was against Ian Boys. Sorry Ian if I can't pronounce your last name right. Boys or yeah, but yeah, good players. Those headache. It was a headache because you don't know what, because they can negate traps, spells, monster effects, summons, and negate an attack. So you have to think to yourself, what, depending on your hand, you gotta figure out what to do and how to move forward, because if they have one of those and one of those interrupts your key play, then it's just bad news from there. And plus they can hold on to it as well. Like they can have and negate the effect that you think they might negate, but they won't negate, and they're waiting for the right time to just stop you, and then that's just really disrupting. So yeah, they can be, it can be a lot of mind games as well, because you're just guessing what they might have, which one they have. So yeah, I mean, it just depends on the deck you're playing as well. And with, I mean, me personally, I run Synchron, so it can be really tricky, like really tricky. Like as it is, I have to think a lot without this matchup, and then to go into this matchup, it's even worse. So it can be a really big headache. So then right here, catching up to the duel, I decided to make Herald, because if he does have anything, I can just negate his Psy-frame with my Herald, because I want to get my Librarian off, so I want to make sure it goes off. So that's why I went everything but Librarian first, because I figured, why waste it? You know, there's no point in wasting my Librarian, which is like the key card of my combo. So then I end up making the field of Herald protecting my Librarian, but either way he can't chain and negate my Librarian because it's mandatory and optional link, so it'll chain link simultaneously. So since I'm a turn player, I can decide what order, mandatory goes first. So then I draw two. I don't draw what I wanted to draw, which was a level eater. Or a cool bolt. I mean, I have a level eater in grave, but I would have rather drawn into another level eater, but mainly a quill, because then I could synchro with Herald, make a charge, and then pitch the whatever is a draw, a quill preferably, and then go into Road Warrior and then keep synchroning, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. So then he sets and passes, and I'm assuming it's that trap card, the one that he discards a Psy-frame, and then he banishes the card face down, and then yeah, I'm assuming. So right now that's what I'm focusing my play on. So right now I'm like, okay, he will negate the attack, destroy my Librarian. I let that go through. And then no, I negate it because I know that he has, I assumed he had the trap. I'm getting myself confused here, but yeah, because okay, so the reason I let it go through, because I knew that if I negated that, he would either have another one to negate my herald, or he would just have to use his trap, and that'll be okay because that leaves me free for my quick draw in hand and go into road and have a potential Trish play. And fortunately, that is exactly what happened. And luckily, he did not have the other one that negates the effect, so I was really lucky there. So yeah, that's the explanation for why I did whatever it is that I did just then. I got myself confused for a bit, but I caught myself back up. So yeah, I ended up going Trish and devastate his field, and then I continued to summon junk. And then from here on, I figured that okay, I'm pretty certain that I have this game because them at top decking are not that great. I mean, they can be depending on your scenario. Like let's say if I just had one monster and he had like 3 cards, and he might come back because he could draw to the one that negates an attack, and then go off from there. But nah, I don't know. I don't see it. So then I side out my Raikos and my charge and my Rhoda because they're a bit slow. So I need to put in Iron Wall and MSTs. A lot of people might disagree. Iron Wall against Psy-frames, but for me, that's my counter against them because their big ace is having that trap card, which banishes, and then they have Omegas, which controls your hand. And if they get that on field, then you pretty much you're playing their game. So whereas if you keep them on field, that means they can't use their hand. They can't use the ones they can't use more Psy-frames from their hand because they have the monster in the field. And they can't use a trap because you can't banish. So then, I mean, sometimes it could backfire where because you know that you have they'll have a Synchron on the field because the Psy-frames won't get banished. So then they'll be on the field, and if you can't get rid of them, they're gonna Synchro next turn on their turn. So that's where it can backfire. But then you like I try to play to a point where I make sure that I'm either able to get rid of their monsters so they won't synchro, or I'm able to defend myself for any synchro of that level. Like I'll see what they can go into, and I'll make a board where I know they can't they won't be able to get the advantage back for that free synchro I let them have. So then yeah, right there I let him synchro into scrap because I need to have a monster on the field to make sure that he can't use any more of his Psy-frames in hand and leave my play open for a soul charge. Because if that was my best play, having a soul charge resolve. And then I need to protect this Iron Wall because Scrap Dragon can just pop itself and just pop that, or pop something else and pop that, and I don't want that to happen. So I gotta make sure I make a Herald and a Garna, the dynamic duo. This is one of the main reasons I run Garna, because Garna can protect Herald. I mean, there's other traits that Garna has, but this is the main one to protect the little guy. And yeah, I mean that's gonna prevent him from destroying my Iron Wall, which is really helping me right now, and it did help me so far. But I can see why people argue, say, oh yeah, they can backfire on you because they'll just have a beater on the field, but then I mean for me playing Synchrons, I'd much rather have this because I can't have him have a see what I mean, it protects them, so I put them in defense. So I want to be able to damn, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, so pretty much yeah, that's why I have the Iron Walls, because it can keep a monster in the field and they won't their hand traps they're shut down, and their trap, the one that banishes, is shut down as well. So that's my theory, and what works for me and what worked for me, and it got me the win in first place last month. So yeah, so right now I'm just waiting to draw into more puzzle pieces to be able to either go for an overwhelm his back row and just have more plays to outsource or to out-resource him and end up with a Quasar somehow, or with a clear wing. I mean a crystal wing. I think in my past video I called crystal wing and clear wing. But yeah, yeah, Crystal Wing is really good. It's proven to be really good. Like, it's good against Cosmos especially because it gains their attack. So and to my knowledge, it doesn't target. So that's really good. So like I could just attack over a Dark Destroyer, and just gain its attack, and then when effect activates, just negate it. And also I can just the effect negation is really important. That's what I like about it. So yeah, right here, this is where we had the misunderstanding. Like I thought, like to my knowledge, I thought I can allure and just keep the free cards, like get like a potted read, like just not have to banish. But apparently, I mean, from what I was told by a really good friend was that you can't use allure because you can't resolve the effect because you need to banish. So I mean, yeah, I had to go with his ruling because it's the love expert right there. But yeah, yeah, that's the reason why I kept the allures in. I thought I could just have a free pot of grief, but unfortunately it doesn't work out that way. Unless the Australian rules and the American rules are different, then that would be awesome. So yeah, right now I'm just stalling for time, trying to draw into something, and he uses Scrap's effect, and I just negate it, which is the main reason why I brought out Herald. Negates it, and then negate his Scrap, and then right now I'm just trying to just stall and just keep drawing into my MSTs and my Twin Twisters, so I can just like add them up, accumulate them, and then when I get all my cards, I'm just gonna go MST, 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 Twister, 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 and then just go off. That's what I'm waiting for. So that's why it's just a bunch of passing and just that's just what it is so far. And then I come to realization. I'm thinking, I wonder if he even has an out, because his out right now would be Regeki, but then he has no monsters to summon to attack me, and he's running pretty low. He's like 6 cards below me. So if I can hold off long enough, maybe I can deck him out. So then I just keep passing and just discarding and just passing and discarding, and so does he. And I'm not worried about my Iron Wall being destroyed anymore because I have 3 now. There's 1 set, 1 face up, and then there's 1 in hand. So then I thought a Twin Twister, so now I have 2 MSTs and a Twin Twister. That can get rid of most of his back row, and hopefully then he just negates my MST. And then hopefully I can get through all those hand traps, because sometimes they might not have the one that scares me the most. So then I'm thinking about it, because I was thinking of whether to let it resolve, let it hit the field, and then chain to the field spell when it activates. But I was thinking to myself, should I do that? But then looking back, I should have just let it through, because what if he had another one that negates spells? So then my Twister would have been negated. So it would have been better off to have him on the hit the field, and then he won't be able to activate any more hand traps. So that could have been like catastrophic to my board. But yeah, so then that's good. See what I mean? This is what I mean. They get stuck on a field, like, and then they can't use any more hand traps because they're on the field. They control a monster, and for Psy-frames, they can't control a monster in order for them to activate their effect. So then right now I'm debating whether that face down back there is the warning that he added or the drowning. Because I MSC'd their drowning earlier, so I'm assuming it was drowning Mirror Force. So that's what I'm calculating, seeing if I attack and he drownings me, if I can afford to recover. And I'm thinking to myself, I would be able to recover. So I decided to just attack over both his monsters will charge, because charge can attack all special monsters, and that's a good thing about it. Which gets me really tempted, because lately I've been having games where I could have had a game if I had Armory Arm in my extra deck, because I could have done the combo where I equipped him to Armory Arm, and then since he attacks all special summon monsters once, and they need to at least have 3 monsters face up. And sometimes when someone swarms you, they do have more than 3 months. Okay, right here. I kind of went too fast. I special summoned the level leader, and he activates his Psy-frame, the one that whenever a monster is summoned, I think he special summons it. So then he activates that, and then he goes ahead. But I told him, okay, no, you did it on my summon, so it means it's still my turn. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's fine. So then I'm debating on, because I'm scared of since it wasn't a drowning, I'm thinking that's a warning. And as I'm commentating this, I'm not aware if I twin twister the warning away, so I'm kind of confused. But yeah, so then I'll go clear wing. I mean crystal wing. It's getting hard to get used to. Crystal wing, and then I'm seeing if I can end with a crystal and a quasar. So that I was baiting out the warning with the crystal first, because I want my quasar to be out there more than crystal wing. Quasar is much more. It's a bigger monster and it negates anything. So I try to bait it out, and then I see that he didn't have it. So then I'm thinking, no, maybe it's not it, or maybe I did twin twister away. Like I said, I can't remember if I did or not. So yeah, I end up going into quasar. That's the good about Iron Wall. A Quibble keeps coming back. It's really handy. So then I just end my field with Crystal and Quasar, and then pass. And then right here he does something, and then I don't agree with it, but he does it anyways. So I mean, what can I do? I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I guess some people do that. They get overexcited and they just activate, and they can't control themselves sometimes. And I do that sometimes too, where I jump the gun, I overreact, and I get overexcited because I drew a card that I wanted, or I did something that lets me see I have a different play, and then it messes up the whole game. Because yeah, so he goes for that guy, the one that gains the attack of the difference. So he's at 41, I think. I just put him to defense, and right here, I forget that Crystal Wing gets the boost, which I mentioned earlier. He gets the boost of level 5 or higher monsters, so he gains the attack they currently have. So then I could have just put him in attack mode with Garner's effect and attack over it, 3k damage right there, and then I didn't. I completely forgot about that. So then he pays 1,000, brings him back. That would have been 4k already. That would have brought him down to less than half his life points. So it's, damn, I don't know. But yeah, it happened. I can't do anything about it. And in this build, I've been trying Book of Moon, because lately I've tried Regeki, Mind Control, Vanity's Emptiness, but Book of Moon, for me, it's been working really well, because it's an offensive and defensive card. Like it can shut down a pilot. It'll force out a tag. Like they'll have to either tag out their pilot or bring out their ship. I mean, that's because you don't want to get interrupted before your play, which is, and I'm talking about Dark Destroyer. You don't want to have a Dark Destroyer interrupt you. So yeah, Book of Moon has been really good, and especially if you open up your board where you have Quasar, Gardna, Herald, Crystal, and a book. That's pretty much a good game, and I'm assuming twin twisters for back row heavy decks like that one, Clifford Control or Clifford Stun, the Clifford, the Clifford with card demise deck. Yeah, and then that's just insane. That's what I decided to go with that, because if I top deck it, I can just book a floodgate. If I top deck it, I can set it and it'll save me for a turn. It serves as a block. So yeah. So right here, I'm just putting the level leaders to attack mode, and just attack my level leader, because I don't want to risk him having a drowning mirror force, and then like I'll have to negate, and you have like a multiple of the ones that negate effects, and then I would just lose, because that's happened before where I've attacked. I was so confident, and then he had like 3 of them. I'm like, what the heck? And he just negate. I'm like, you serious? And then I just ended up losing the game. But that's why I'm so cautious, because I don't want to lose when I have to do secured right here. Like, I mean, sometimes some people might not like this way of winning, but like if you can win, if you find a strategy where you can win and you're certain that it can give you the win, then why not do it? I mean, I don't know. So then he's running low on his deck. just like I assumed maybe I could deck him out, and to my knowledge, he can't have anything. I'm pretty sure a half game, and that's gonna be it. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I have a few more videos I gotta put up. I just gotta edit them. But thanks for watching once again. Glad you're still here.